Hello, everyone. We have had 7 episodes of season 1 of Rings of Power. We only have one episode left, and things are a little bit of a mess. We don't really understand who a lot of the people are, what a lot of the stakes are, and where things are leading. With one episode left, I've got some suggestions of what we could do to save the season, make things clearer for the audience, set things up for a good season 2. I don't know a ton about the lore. We can't fix all the lore problems, or maybe any of them at this point. Let's focus on fixing the TV problems so we can have an interesting show. I'm going to try to do this very quickly because I know we are all going to be spending an hour and a half watching the finale tonight, so we don't have a ton of time to waste. Isildur. At the end of last episode, he was exploded by Mount Doom covered in ash. Everyone presumes that he is dead. I think for the show to work, he needs to stay dead. What I would do instead is have his sister be waiting for him to come home, excited to share the news that she is pregnant with a baby. When Isildur doesn't come home, she names the baby Isildur, and that becomes the character we know and love from the Peter Jackson movie. It also sets the idea that Numenor will be back in bigger forces later on in the story. Adar, he is the best character, or one of the best characters that we have. Let's take 20 minutes of our 90 minutes or so and let him steal the stage. Show him, lavishing in his victory. He won. He's created Mordor out of the Southlands, have the orcs pillaging villages. What this can do is really give us a sense of scale. Show us that the Southlands was more than just one village. Have them spreading across the map. Show that they're a danger to all of Middle Earth, and anything you can do to show him setting up for next season's expansion would be gratefully helpful. Numenorian forces, we don't have time. We can't really fix what's going on here. Either show them going home or skip them altogether. We can fix this in the off season. Elrond and Durin, these are the best two we have together, so the best pairing. Besides Adar, Elrond, or Durin might be the best character. So I'd like things to slow down with these two. Um, I don't like the whole elf disease thing, but we can't backtrack on it. They need Mithril. Dad doesn't want them to get Mithril. It's a big conflict. Let's work with that. So I would like Durin to run to Elrond and say, hey, we need to get you this Mithril, blah, blah, blah. I would like Elrond to say, hold on, we're elves. We'll live for hundreds of years. All we have to do is wait out your dad. When he croaks, you can give us the Mithril and we'll be all set. Oh, that's great. Yep, yep, yep. But there's one thing we need. We need a big chunk of Mithril so that we can test the cure on us or whatever dumb thing you want to do. Basically, set them up so that next season they have to plan a big heist. And it sets up for more time with the two of them together, more time with Durin and Diza, more time with the dwarves in general, because they are some of the most fun characters we have. More dwarfs will greatly help the show next season. The other Durin, let's show him starting to get greedy. Maybe he's corrupted by the dark, maybe he's corrupted by greed, maybe other dwarf kingdoms start to get a hint that he's got something brewing down there in the Mithril mines. Have some sort of conflict where the dwarfs are going to drive the Mithril storyline next season, not the elves. It'll be more exciting for us. White Robe bad guys, look, at this point, we've seen them a couple times, don't know what they're doing, don't know why we've seen them. You gotta give us some sort of reveal so that we, the audience, can understand what they're all about. We don't have to understand everything, but the next season isn't going to come out for 2 years. We need to do something now. Wanderer, same thing. Is this a wizard, good guy, bad guy? Figure it out. Tell us. Tell us why we should care about this person. 7 episodes in, he's forgettable. I almost didn't make him a slide. The Harfoots. These are probably the worst characters. They're mean. They're pretty ugly. They're like covered in dirt and grime, and they sing annoying songs. Blah blah blah. Sadok right here is my favorite one because he actually is grumpy at the other Harfoots. So, uh, you know, props to Sadok. But I've got two options with them. One, Harfoot Extinction Event. Mount Doom erupts one more time. Splat, boom, no more Harfoots. We start over in the Shire with hobbits. Two, we have to combine them with another storyline. So if they don't all die out, we need to do something to get them involved in the main story. I'd do this by having Sadok see something in the stars that means, oh, we need to go south, we need to go east, we need to go west, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you got to do to get them connected with one of the other storylines for next season. Arondir. This is probably our most important character we can use to help save the season. Right now, we've had 7 episodes of stuff happening, but we don't really understand what it all means. He is the Watch Elf. He's a badass. He's a great fighter. He's one of the cooler elves we've seen. But what we need him to do now is file a report. He needs to explain to the Elf Kingdom what's going on, what the extent of the damage is, and what it means for the Middle Earth as a whole. That will also let us, the audience, understand what the hell's going on. We've seen all this stuff. We don't know if Mordor has captured 10 villages, 1,000 villages, 10,000 villages. Is it a threat to all of mankind, or are they just kind of chilling in the south? Let us know through Arondir. The other thing he can do is also tip off the Elven Kingdom of Galadriel's presence. I think this could be a pretty cool conflict where, Gil-galad isn't sure why she's back or how she's back, and he's kind of worried that she's going to bring this evil back with her, and that could be cool. So set that up with Arondir. He is probably the key to saving the season. Any romance he has with that healer girl, skip that for now. It hasn't been earned. We don't buy the romance. Work on that later. Galadriel. You can't fix it right now. Everyone has a little problem with her. It could be, her attitude, how you thought she was in the movies versus the books versus the TV show. Whatever, don't abandon it right now. Keep her character the way it is. What I would do is instead of having her returning to Lindon with Halbrand, I'd have her confront Halbrand and say, "Hey, I've detected who you really are. You're really not some king. You're just some sort of thief or a liar." Everyone is kind of talking online about how Halbrand could be Sauron. I don't want this. I'd rather have Halbrand be a regular human thief and a liar. What you could do to make this interesting is have him being used by Galadriel. Maybe she knew all along he was just some thief, but she needed a king, and so she set him up. And now they've got this power imbalance where he'd be executed if they found out, but she can use him for her agenda. The other thing is, don't do the romance. Uh, we're not buying it. See Arondir, same thing. Lastly, I'd say build for next year. Set up the conflicts clearly so that we understand what the stakes are. Uh, the lines I would focus on are the dwarves saying, oh, you're going to help the elves cheat death. I thought that was a cool theme to explore for next year. And the orcs want a place for their people. That was a cool theme too. Where do the orcs fit in? How do the elves fit in? Set these stakes up so that we can understand what's at stake. And maybe we can have a better season 2 than season 1. I hope you all enjoy the finale tonight. I'm sure they have taken my suggestions, rewrote, reshot, and re CGI'd everything in time for the show. And it'll be just like what you just saw. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.